everyone, I'm just going to show you a few changes that we've made to our homeschool room. We don't really school down here exclusively. In fact, I'd say we probably do about a third of our day in this space, but I did a completely separate video with my kids, kind of walking you through a day in the life of our homeschool, and I show you how we use each space. But this video will just basically cover a few things that we added to this room that you might see in the videos, and I just kind of want to show you a little more in depth what you're looking at. So right over here, this area changed just a little bit. The desk was over here along the wall, and the shelving was right underneath the map, but all flush along the wall. And the main reason for changing that was because I found that my son needed me to stand directly in front of him. So I had to stand right here to do my teaching. I have my book open. This is the Heart of Dakota guide, and this is basically the plan for the day. I just come up here and I can look down and see, okay, this is what we need for history, and I can pull it out of the box right below me here, and I can bring it up and teach the history. He can sit in the chair, or probably what we'll end up doing is we'll probably sit over in this space over here, because this is going to be a little social studies area, and I'll explain that in a little bit. So we'll probably sit here for the history reading, but there are accompanying history projects and activities, so we'll probably come back to the desk to do those cutting, pasting, coloring type of things. But that's the main reason that we moved the furniture around, was just because I found that my son needed me to stand directly in front of him. Now down below here on my shelves, I'll just let you take a peek. I love the banker boxes. I think they're about 6 for $20 on Amazon. They are pretty deep. Okay, they are, I would say, probably 13 inches deep, I'm guessing at least. And they're much more sturdy at holding tall books than the little plastic organizers that are out right now at Dollar Tree and Target Spot, because they're not tall enough. I mean, these go all the way up. These are really tall, and they're not that expensive for 6 for $20. I didn't think that was too bad. So I'm really happy that those held up last year, and we just refilled them for this year. We decided to keep the same verse. I asked my son what he thought about keeping our same school verse, and he says, "Mom, that's our school verse." And so I thought that was kind of sweet. So we have kept our school verse up there, and of course, since we're continuing to study the United States this year, we left our map. We did have a change over in this area. If you remember, this used to be kind of like our circle time with calendar, and we had a schedule, and we had all sorts of things that are kind of associated with that morning time, but we're not having that time down here this year. So this is actually more of a visual aid teaching bulletin board, sort of an area where I put topics that we're going to be covering in language arts and science, because we will be doing that down in this area. So that's just going to be almost like a bulletin board, or like a teaching visual wall for me. And then this wall here, actually with the door, is going to be kind of like our little social studies focus this year. We haven't really done a formal social studies program in the past 2 years, so I picked one up for this year, and we're going to use this wall to kind of highlight that. We have some geography definitions that we're going to be putting on these flags. My son actually wanted to put those up himself. This is not what I had in mind for those flags when I bought them, but that's okay. He's, real excited about decorating his space. So we're going to just put the little, oh, sorry about the focus there. We're just going to put the definitions up on that wall, on those flags, as we come to them in the curriculum. And then down here, I'll kind of zoom in to show you what I got here. This is just a printable I got off of Beyond Imagination on the Teacher Pay Teachers site, and it was free, and it actually comes with a passport they can print out and a bunch of other things for like travel. But I just wanted this to have a way to kind of chart our traveling as we go through the My Story social studies program. There's actually some world travel in there to kind of highlight all the places that we've been. I have some flashcards that I picked up at Target for world landmarks. And as we travel to a place, I will just tape up those little picture postcards or picture flashcards. Let me show you. They're really, really beautiful. They're actually like real photographs. Oh, here's one on the back. So like that's what we'll tape up there on the wall. As we travel to the places, we will tape those up around the poster, color in the content that we visit, and then we can just kind of almost have like a little scrapbook of all the places that we've been to in our books during history and social studies time as we go through the year. So that is just in a nutshell some of the changes that we made from previous years. Some of the things have stayed the same. A lot has stayed the same. But, oh yeah, my son wanted a baseball poster in his schoolroom. He said that he could teach his sister her colors from that poster. Wasn't that nice of him to think of his sister for his school space? So that is the main, those are the main things I wanted to share with you. Just highlighting some changes and how we're going to use some of the wall space this year. If you have any questions about anything that you might have just seen, in passing here, I would be happy to answer those. Just leave those in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.